Please stand and join me in welcoming the class of 2024. After the graduates enter, please remain standing for the playing of the national anthem by South Whidbey High School's Jazz Ensemble under the direction of Mr. Chris Harshman. Good afternoon and welcome to South Whidbey High School and South Whidbey Academy for the graduation ceremony for the class of 2024. Special welcome to South Whidbey School District Superintendent Dr. Josephine Mocha and the Board of Directors, Ms. Andrea Downs, Ms. Marnie Jackson, Mr. Brooke Williford, and Mr. Joe Greenherron. Also, Student School Board Representative Carter McKnight. Let's give them all a round of applause. Welcome also parents, guardians, caregivers, supporters, teachers, staff, and friends of the class of 2024. Give yourselves a round of applause. I promise we'll get the mic fixed soon. Finally, and most importantly, welcome graduates. We are here to celebrate your achievement. Speaking for the faculty and staff, we congratulate you on your successful completion of your high school education. One more time for our seniors. I would now like to introduce Josephine Chia performing Ashokan Farewell. Test, 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 test. Thank you, Mr. Harshman. I would now like to introduce this year's Student Choice speaker, Ian O'Brien.
Hello, everybody. First, I would like to thank my class of 2024 for allowing me to speak here today. It's truly an honor. South Whidbey has been home for us. For many of us, Whidbey Island has been the only home that we have ever known. Many people don't recognize the name when we tell them where we're from, and assume at first that we live in some tropical paradise with coconuts, palm trees, and sunbeams shining down. Those same people are often disappointed to learn that our home is 35 miles from Seattle and the Evergreen State, and are typically appalled to learn that there isn't a Starbucks on the whole south end of the island. But despite its rainy, cloudy weather and lack of traces of civilization, it is a paradise to us, though maybe not a tropical one. It's a beautiful place, a safe place, and one with a quirky nature. We have our own spirit on the island. People here care about each other. They care about this community. Despite many of us growing up in the woods, the laws of the jungle don't seem to take root here. When someone is down on their luck or in need, we help each other up. When people in our community suffer at a loss, we band together and support them. When COVID hit, we supported each other and helped our local businesses to keep their doors open. In my experience, South Whidbey is all for one and one for all. Fortunately, our island isn't going anywhere, but a lot of us are. Some of us are leaving the island, and some of us are taking on new challenges at home. Our home is one of the best places we could have ever grown up. It has almost no dangerous wildlife. Remember when the bear made the news? Some places just kind of have those. And the crime is so low that most people don't lock things up. This place is almost like a sanctuary from the outside world, and it's time for us to walk out of South Whidbey High School and into the real world. It's important for us to take steps towards independence and see the rest of the world that doesn't close at 8 p.m. We're going to be put in new situations, have new problems, and be exposed to different perspectives. I highly encourage you to dive deeper into the place you've been a part of for so long. There are plenty of opportunities in the nooks and crannies of our woods and shores. Find ways to help others through service organizations. You'll find that through giving service, you end up bettering yourself. Go to the libraries. Make yourself into a Goodwill Hunting. Seriously, there are people in this community who are looking to guide young adults towards a bright future. And our libraries are an awesome resource that you can use for free to pick up a new skill. In the near future, we'll be more independent from our parents. Without the guidance of our parents, the decisions we make could look a lot different. A big moral of today is that just because you can do something doesn't mean you should. Many of us... Hello? Okay. Many of us might want to order a #1 combo for breakfast, lunch, and dinner at a fast food restaurant just because we can, and then we'll come home for Christmas looking like Santa Claus. Now that your parents might not be over your shoulder all the time, it doesn't mean that you should make decisions that will hurt yourself. Don't let your freedom be a reason for you to make bad choices. Use your freedom to build yourself up. Also, don't let high school be the end of something you love. For many of us, high school might be the last time we thought we were going to play an organized sport. It doesn't have to be. No, I'm not saying that you should try to go pro, but there are leagues for people to continue playing sports and keep active. Even sailing or ultimate frisbee, if you're into that. Take advantage of them. And it doesn't have to be sports. It can be ceramic art or a musical instrument. My point is that in our next chapter, there's going to be an opportunity to embrace change. And it doesn't mean that it has to be the end of something else. Keep in mind that change is inevitable, and it's all right to be anxious about it. A lot of how that change unfolds is in your control. With great power comes great responsibility. Stick with what works for you, and don't be afraid to change what doesn't. Don't lose touch with your people. Make sure that you keep in touch with your friends you have right now as you make new friends in new places. Our class is special. We're your group that will have each other's backs, and frankly, in my unbiased opinion, we are one of the best classes that South Whitby High School has ever produced. And I'll tell you why. It's because we can get through the challenges ahead. We are going to make it through the trials and tribulations of our next years. We're going to make it through the changes to come. Look for opportunities to learn from your mistakes, and don't be afraid to make more. Continue to learn. Let this graduation be a celebration of your potential. Continue to read, even if you didn't in your English classes. Continue to experiment, even if you didn't pass chemistry the first time. Continue to keep up with current events, even if you never watch the news in CWP. As we step into the unknown, let's remember to carry the spirit of South Whitby with us, supportive, adventurous, and a little weird. And always remember to stay connected to the community that nurtured you here. This is our home. There's always a place for you here. And most importantly, have fun in your new environment and find room to grow. So to conclude, along with the newfound freedom for us, follow the advice I just gave you, or don't. The truth is that we all made it this far for a reason, and you should do what you think is your best at the end of the day. And shame on anyone who tells you otherwise. Live your life to the fullest. Thank you.
I would now like to introduce the South Whitby High School Jazz Ensemble performing Cold Duck Time, featuring seniors Ethan Heather Ford, Bjorn Youngel, Rory Keith, Abigail Martin, and Corbin Orchard. I would now like to introduce our faculty choice speaker, India Balora.
Fellow graduates, esteemed faculty, family, friends, and community members, we made it. Today, we celebrate the past 12 plus years in the making of the class of 2024. I stand here today honored to be chosen by the staff to represent this class. This class is something I hold close to my heart, as these are not just my classmates around me, but also my lifelong friends. Most of my fellow classmates and I have spent the past 12 years together, from Trinity Lutheran Preschool to being workers at the elementary school, starting our Cougar journey at the South Campus, then moving up to the new middle school, and getting a delayed start to being Falcons, and now the next step, being high school graduates. For the past 6 years, we walked these halls. The past 2 drove to the same beaches to watch the sunset. We've perfected our coffee orders at Would Be Coffee and had the same teachers as most of our parents. Through this, we grew comfortable in our cliques, our groups, our routines, having comfort of Miss Petty and Miss Eaton in the office every day, signing our many late notices. Comfort in seeing Mr. Patton in the halls during every passing period. Comfort in knowing Leo and his 49ers beanie will always be there to help clean up our messes. And the comfort of coming back to our friends every fall. Comfort is a funny thing, though. We strive to be comfortable. It's easy. It's something we all know. But yet, here we all are, ready to embark on a new journey, one that will require us to be uncomfortable in order for us to succeed. One that means taking charge of our lives, stepping out of our comfort zones to experience the real world, to create new experiences, meaning not afraid to be used to stand up for what you believe in or to be the first one out on the dance floor.
never a wish better than this. When you only got 100 years to live, half time goes by. Suddenly you're wise. Another blink of the eye, 67 is gone. The sun is getting high. We're moving on. I'm 99 for a moment. I'm dying for just another moment, and I'm just dreaming, counting the ways to where you are. 15, there's still time for you, time to buy and time to choose. 15, there's never a wish better than this, when you've only got 100 years to live. Time to buy and time to choose. 15, there's never a wish better than this, when you only got 100 years to live.
This year, we have 6 seniors who each have a perfect 4.0 GPA. They are Carter Castle, Audrey Gamerick, Naomi Atwood, Ian O'Brien, Josephine Chia, and Savannah Simmons. Let's give them all a round of applause. I would now like to introduce our valedictorian, Audrey Gamerick.
Hi everyone, I'm Audrey Gamerick, and I'm proud to stand before you representing our graduating class as your valedictorian. Graduation has often been portrayed as a daunting endpoint or a final chapter, but if anything we should learn, it's not the end, it's a milestone. Our diplomas symbolize more than just academic achievements. They embody the lessons and experiences etched into us. Having the privilege to stand in front of you on this stage is not something I carry alone, but a symbol of the unwavering support and guidance of everyone in my life. I want to thank my family for their continuous support. From a young age, the value of taking initiative in my education was inspired by my mom. She involved me in her effort to create Southwoodby art programs through grant writing and community collaboration, opportunities that were not available through public funding. My dad, who's sometimes odd but engaging dinner table conversations, challenged me to think, wonder, and crave information. And my sister, whose dedication to hard work and commitment showed me the importance of perseverance. I am so incredibly grateful to the teachers and staff here at Southwoodby who have wholeheartedly dedicated themselves both in and outside of school hours. They tirelessly work to instill values of curiosity and empathy, not only in the classroom, but on the track, at Model UN conferences, and in everyday interactions. As I reflect on the memories we've shared and grown from leading up to this moment, the unique and strong bond we share as a class stands true. Our connections run deeper than funny stories from freshman orientation or navigating the high school hallways, but go back to our earliest days of preschool. We have not only served as lifelong friends and companions for each other, but as teachers, helping each other blossom into the people we are today. From learning the skills of patience while waiting for a turn on the swings, to collectively learning what a sales tax is at the Scholastic Book Fair. Even more so in high school, we served as a support team for each other, whether it be hysterically laughing over a 1,000% error in a physics lab, or navigating our interests in who we are as people. Growing up on Whidbey Island has been a journey of both familiarity and a craving for something new. The water that surrounds us and separates us from what we refer to as the other side has often served as a stark reminder of our uniqueness. It would be misleading and dishonest to deny the desire to go to a restaurant after 8 p.m. or roam a Target with your friends. However, in my eagerness and excitement for the future, something I've begun to reflect upon is it's easy to fail to appreciate how our community has shaped our values and passions. Our dedication to unity takes many different forms, whether it be cheering at sports events, a collective push for reform in our school and local government, or even hour-long chats in the aisles at the Goose. Living on a rural island has had its share of challenges, particularly in education funding, where funding gaps and limited resources have barriers and inequities. However, despite these challenges, our community continues to find ways to always support one another and drive valuable change. As I reflect on all 13 years in this district, I can't help but go back to moments on the elementary school carpet or in my middle school table group where I stayed below the radar, hesitating to speak up or raise my hand. However, my involvement specifically as a student representative on the school board and also my involvement in United Student Leaders, a youth, social, and climate justice organization, has illustrated the power and the importance of setting youth voices at the forefront. Even as we move to new communities and step into new workplaces and schools, we must remind ourselves that our words and our actions matter. With the median age of South Whidbey being over 58, it can feel like our voices are overlooked and outnumbered. However, it is our voices that shape the future that we want and that we deserve. We must acknowledge that education expands beyond just what we learn in a textbook or express through a test score. It is truly how we address and navigate the situations in our world and our community environment. Our island has often been described as a bubble, a place that nurtures and comforts us, but can also shield us from broader realities. Today, as we flip over our tassels and celebrate with friends and family, we cannot ignore the contrast between our experiences here and those in Palestine. There is no graduation taking place in Gaza, and as some of us head to college campuses in the fall, we must remind ourselves there are no universities left in Gaza. Over 14,000 Palestinian youth will never have the opportunity to further their education ever again, and families are left with the absence of their loved ones. Martin Luther King Jr. once said, "Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere." From our earliest years, we are taught the negative impacts of being a bystander, and this is increasingly important today. We cannot adopt the mindset that advocacy is solely the responsibility of someone in a political office or a social justice organization. Every single person, no matter what path they're on or what their occupation is, has the power to speak up and needs to. This applies not only to us, but to everyone here today. Support can really only go so far. Action is required to drive reform. We must hold our governing bodies accountable, think critically about decisions, continue to educate ourselves, elevate others' voices, and above all, as individuals, speak up against injustices, not just in our community, but wherever they exist. Our island has rooted us in the values of unity and solidarity, teaching us the importance of collective action. Through our continuous work and dedication to overcome hardships, our education has been shaped to reflect our values and passions. With new opportunities and connections in front of us, let us honor and build upon our efforts by using our education to drive systemic change. We must not only carry the lessons we have learned here on Whidbey Island, but teach them to others in our life. Now, in the words of my favorite band, The Strokes, is this it? Nope, this is just the beginning. Congratulations, class of 2024.
What did the person say up there? Superintendent Dr. Mocha and board members, Ms. Andrea Downs, Ms. Marnie Jackson, Mr. Brooke Williford, and Mr. Joe Greenherron. I am pleased to announce that these graduates seated before you have met all of the graduation requirements as established by the state of Washington and the South Whidbey School District. It is with great pleasure that I present to you for their diplomas the class of 2024.
Taylor Bagley. Hugo Costello. Logan Flaherty. McKenna Marie Lane. Jack Andrew Hodson. Ekaterina Ava Schiavone Hennighausen. Naomi Olive Atwood. Ethan Reese Heather Ford. Audrey Louise Gamerick. Sophia Louise Patron. Josephine Dawn Chia. Savannah Alexandra Simmons. Abigail Grace Martin. Ella Rose Waldron. Noelia Trujillo. Miles Lind. Cole Tucker Kelly Stein. Jamie Nicholas Dale. Gavin Lee Gabriel Baker. Jaden Sorensen. Rory William Alexander Keith. Liliana Hunt. Joe Timothy Johnson. Logan Williamson. Nathaniel Strickland.
Colin Rafe Byler. Elias Paul Sullivan. Avian Graham. Cash Aaron Jacobs. Sterling Gardner. Dublin DeWild. Saya Patricia Benjamin. India Naniloa Balora. Maximus James Tarantino. Bailey Michaela Wenzik. Bailey Ray Madsen. Kenzie Michael Culver. Alex Flynn Velasquez. Katharina Margarita Beach. Corbin Kelly Orchard. Aiden Patrick Fisher. Hazel Honeybee Holtby. Priscilla Isabella Gori Lopez. Connor Richard Campbell. Trainer Zdenek Braille. Caden Shutt. Kenny Bennett Punter.
Joshua Town. Finn Tyler Benke. Fernando Matzar. Atticus Prisbrey. Nolan James Pearson. Matthew Brian Midkiff. Ian Finnegan O'Brien. Ian Samuel Maher. Zachary Don Craven. Jaden Taylor Streitler. Sierra J. Larson. Dylan Daniel Walker. Andrew Fundak. Michaela Ann Windeckard Nelson. Grace Lynn Lonnie Jones. Amber Louise Fickle. Ella Jane Posaricki. Pearl Kramer Buck. Rylan Kathleen Rook. Liliana Paige Monahan. Fallon Elise Coda. Josephine Saris Hilliard. Nicolina Starr Taylor.
Kylia Dakota Picula. Abby Marie Hitty. Shane Owen Thomas. Aiden Corwin Neal. Carter Duffy Castle. Gabriel Matthew Gandarius. Evan Michael Welliver. Maddox Ollivander Smith Hecox. Cole Henry Thorson. Liam Robert Alden Petty. Ethan Alexander Kempsinki. Chase Ira Larson. Haley Rose Nicola. Faith Gran. Rosalind Cicely Claire Donier. Mimi Sophia Belen Ford. Gigi Ann Nash. Tegan White. Travis Valentine. Leland Daniel Evanson. Xavier Broyles. Lucas James Honnold.
One more time for 2024. I would now like to introduce Senior Class President Grace Jones.
Hello and welcome, parents, grandparents, friends, family members, faculty members, and most importantly, my fellow graduates. I stand here today to speak on behalf of the class of 2024. I want to begin by giving a heartfelt congratulations to each and every one of you. As we move our tassels to the left and smile for our picture while we're handed our diplomas, I want you to think about all we have accomplished during our time here at South Whitby. As a class, we have some of the highest achieving valedictorians and students who will attend top schools. We have students like myself who are continuing their athletic careers in college and students who are ready to begin their careers and contribute to the community. Together, we've been through the highest of highs and the lowest of lows. We made it through the pandemic, missed out on Adventure Ed in Langley Middle School. We took challenging classes, excelled in sports, extracurricular activities, and academics, written English papers long enough to be a chapter book, survived a senior prank fiasco, volunteered and gave back to our small community, but most importantly, we all gained the wisdom we need to be standing here today. For those reasons, I want to say thank you. Thank you to our families who spent late nights at the dinner table helping us study and who have supported us through the highs and lows. Your love, encouragement, and guidance has given us strength. Thank you to our teachers, mentors, and school staff. You have given us wisdom and spent countless hours nurturing our minds and souls. However, as we celebrate our past accomplishments and milestones, we must also recognize the importance of living in the present moment. I would like to tell you of a time I was reminded to be present. On November 4th, 2023, I played my last ever high school volleyball game. It was an intense game that didn't exactly end the way we wanted, and although this wouldn't be my last volleyball game, it would be my last time ever getting to play with the teammates I grew up with, and my mom as my head coach. In the final moments of the game, as we played out the last few points, it hit me hard that this would be the last time that I would get to play with not only my fellow graduates and longtime teammates, but my best friends. With that thought in mind, I was forced to be present and live in the moment. No matter what the outcome of the game was, I wanted to forever be able to hold this memory close to my heart. Throughout our journey, we have been constantly reminded to plan for the future, to set goals, and to strive for success. And while ambition and vision are undoubtedly important, it is equally crucial to pause, breathe, and appreciate the beauty of the here and now. So please, take a few moments to turn to the person next to you and say congratulations. Whether you're in the crowd as a parent, grandparent, friend, or family member or supporter, or sitting behind me as one of my fellow graduates, we have all had our struggles, our challenges, our hardships, and yet we have all persevered to be here today. That alone deserves a congratulations. Yes, our futures are bright, and we have a long path ahead of us. But let's not get caught in what's to come, and rather let's be proud of what we've done. Be proud of the friendship we've made, the obstacles we've overcome, the lessons we've learned, and the goals we have achieved. We all often forget to live in the moment and get so ahead of ourselves in planning our futures. Yes, the senioritis is real. But Eleanor Roosevelt and the noteworthy Kung Fu Panda once said, "Yesterday's history, tomorrow's a mystery, and today is a gift." That's why it's called the present. So amidst the excitement of planning our futures, let us not forget the memories we have created together. From late night study sessions to cheering in the student section to watching sunsets with our friends. These are the moments that have created our history, forever joining us as the class of 2024. We have now finally made it to the day we've been waiting for since seeing the banner above us at kindergarten graduation with 2024 written in bold. Cherish it, embrace it, and above all, be present. Thank you.
I need you at next year's graduation too, please. Now the moment we've all been waiting for. Graduates, please stand. Move your tassel from the right to the left. I am honored to present to you the graduating class of 2024.